Swing and a miss. A one-hit masterpiece.
Turn. Fake it to Maples, keeping himself, coming near side. Can they hit him? He got in! Will he get it for the state championship?
Strike three called. Put another notch in the belt. Memorial Spartans three-peat.
And the Shenango is the 2021 2A Girls Champion.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet.
And live from North Allegheny High School, it is high school softball on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Today, in today's broadcast on Lawrence County SportsNet and the Trib Live High School Sports Network is brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, keeping you in the game. Castle Asphalt, making your dream design come to fruition. The Red Zone, score big at the Red Zone. Medore Bonner Law, a community firm dedicated to protecting your possessions. Pontius Insurance, love the life you live, worry-free. Crane Room Grill, family-owned restaurant, brewery, and banquet center. Penn, Ohio Bottled Water, home and business bottled water delivery. Health in Motion Physical Therapy, keeping you moving. Toshiba Business Solutions, empowering the art of business. Western Pennsylvania Fall Baseball League. Building Blocks Baseball. Lawrence County Child and Youth Services. Tri-County Principals Association. And by the Lawrence County reigning Class 2A champions, undefeated Neshannock. And Shenango, despite missing the playoffs last year, the Wildcats just 3 years removed from reaching the WPI AL championship game. That was in 2021 with a defeat to Laurel, but not that long ago, and the Wildcats back in the playoffs and hoping for big things coming out of a tough section, as they are certainly battle-tested. So we'll step aside for a pregame break, and we'll have more for you right here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and Lawrence County Sports Network.
For 20 years, Maley Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Maley Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Maley Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Maley Chiropractic keep you in the game.
In need of a lawyer? Contact Medore Bonner Law, a boutique firm offering tailored legal services and over 120 years legal experience. County residents with strong family ties to the community, Jason Medore and Michael Bonner, established Medore Bonner Law to provide clients with legal expertise and personal attention. Guided by their professional staff, you can feel confident your rights will be protected. Call attorneys Jason Medore or Michael Bonner, or visit MedoreBonnerLaw.com for more information. Don't get left out to dry. Call the Penn, Ohio Bottled Water Company for the fastest and most efficient bottled water delivery service in the area. Penn, Ohio offers bottled water ranging from 16.9-ounce bottles to 5-gallon jugs, perfect for your next event or office water cooler system. Also, don't forget to ask about their custom labeling options. Visit PennOhioBottledWater.com for more information and to get a quote on their delivery services. Whether it's at home, in the office, or on the sidelines, Penn, Ohio has you covered.
When it comes to protecting those you love, the businesses you've built, or the things you've earned, you need someone you can trust. Who better to protect your interests than a local insurance agent? Pontius Insurance is a team of local agents helping local residents in Lawrence County and surrounding areas, specializing in auto, home, business, and life insurance. Come see Dan Pontius, Jessica Weiland, Tracy Giddings, and the rest of the team at Pontius Insurance and receive the personalized service you deserve.
An art therapist, an attorney, a currency options broker on Wall Street, a paleontologist, a member of the PA House of Representatives, a cancer researcher, a teacher, These are just a few examples of how Seton Hill University graduates are changing the world. In fact, 98% of Seton Hill graduates move on to careers or advanced degrees within 1 year of graduation. This is well above the national average. But then, Seton Hill students and faculty are well above average too. Learn more at setonhill.edu/visit campus.
HMO, PPO, formularies, subsidies, what's all this mean? Hi, I'm Todd Titsworth, a licensed agent with Health Markets Insurance Agency here in Western Pennsylvania. Have you ever felt confused on how to choose the right health insurance plan for you and your family? With the enhanced subsidies now available through the American Rescue Plan Act, you may be able to find more comprehensive coverage and save money. I've been providing one-on-one consultations for families to help them find the right health insurance plan to meet their needs and budget.
Call Todd Titsworth at 412-275-6570.
And welcome back to North Allegheny High School here on LCAP as the Class 2A WPIAL softball opening round between Our Lady of the Sacred Heart and the Shenango Wildcats. We told you again, Shenango 7-8 overall, the number 11 seed. OLSH, the 12-3 overall team. The Chargers, the number 6 seed. I'm Randy Gore along with Lee Moan. Let's welcome Lee in to the broadcast. And your thoughts going into this one, Lee?
Should be a fun one. Shenango's, he mentioned that very, very tough section. The Shannock is 42 straight wins. You know, they're definitely the cream of the crop in 3A. But, I mean, coming down to 2A, Shenango's been playing pretty well here coming in. And so looking forward to seeing them. It's Our Lady of Sacred Heart. Hits the ball pretty well, but two fairly young teams here, so it should be a fun one here today for North Allegheny.
Let's go ahead and run down the starting lineup for Shenango as they'll face the starting pitcher Justina Giles here today for Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. Leading off and playing center field is Zoe Offie. Ashley DeCarbo bats second. She's the shortstop for the Wildcats. Maddie Iwaniko is your third baseman hitting third. Kennedy Lynn in the cleanup spot is the pitcher. Bree Alusha hits fifth. She's out in right field. McKenna Emmerich is the catcher batting sixth. Hitting seventh is Reagan Lynn, the designated player. The flex is second baseman Melena Joseph. Janie Natal plays first base hitting eighth, and Cassidy Kale in the ninth spot is your left fielder for Shenango. So again, it's Offie, DeCarbo, Iwaniko, Lynn Alusha Emmerich, Lynn Natal, and Kale.
And I'll let you set up our defensive alignment. Sponsored by Medor Bonner Law. MedorBonnerLaw.com, your community firm with a personal connection and individualized service.
And the defensive alignment for the OLSH Chargers, Justina Giles is the pitcher. Leanne Walzer catching. Lily Walmsley over at first base. Alyssa Minton, your second baseman. Allie Domachowski, the shortstop. Morgan O'Brien plays third. And the outfield from left to right is Ava Chumo, Jules Vibrel, and Olivia DiGiacomo.
And our first pitch delivery is brought to you by the Penn Ohio Bottled Water Company. You can call for a bottled water delivery of your 3 or 5 gallon water cooler systems or get cases of bottle delivered to your home or work.
And your first pitch is bunted by Offie. Charging on it, third baseman is O'Brien. She fields, throws, and retires Offie to open the ball game. And we are underway. 1 pitch, 1 out at the top of the first.
How about that play there by O'Brien, where she saw that bunt, read that bunt perfectly there, and she was able to charge quickly and get it. Didn't make it play not really close at first base either. Nice play by O'Brien.
Ashley DeCarbo, the next hitter. DeCarbo hitting .342 this year, 1 home run, as well as 6 RBI. She bounces one to short. That's off the glove of the shortstop, Domachowski. And we've got a leadoff Cats.
I'm going single just because it was in the hole, Randy.
I'm fine with that. In the hole, far to her right. Domachowski able to reach out and get a piece of it, but it was a leaning effort. And so a 1-out single for DeCarbo, and she is aboard in front of Maddie Iwaniko.
Of course, with DeCarbo playing with a torn ACL, might not have been as close if she gets that ball. It's how she's playing with a torn ACL, and Maddie also playing with those 2 torn ACLs. Is incredible.
And both of those players are members of the basketball team, WPIAL champions, but both sustained ACL injuries during the course of the basketball season. Iwaniko's injury coming earlier in the year, DeCarbo in the state playoffs, but here they are both playing softball as they finished out the basketball season. Pitch a strike here to Iwaniko.
Yeah, DeCarbo played fantastically in that state quarterfinal, or the state semis that they lost to or State Western Finals, State Western semifinals that they played against Greensburg Central Catholic. She was outstanding.
And a ground ball hit toward third, reaching effort, but beyond the glove of third baseman O'Brien in foul territory anyway, and so that's strike two.
I can remember I got my clicker here today since we're in the outfield. I believe it's 1 and 2.
1 and 2 on Iwaniko. She is hitting .366, the team leader at RBIs with 15. Also 3 home runs this year for Iwaniko as Giles brings the pitch. And that's a called strike 3 on the outside quarter. And 2 outs now in the top of the first.
We're from up here, it looked a little high and out, but we're 200 feet away.
Yeah, from North Allegheny High School, we broadcast in the outfield, out in left center field, just to the left of the scoreboard. So our vantage point of home plate not nearly as good as if we were behind home plate, like oftentimes we are on the NA Sports Network. Ground ball off the bat of Kennedy Lynn. That's through the left side of the infield for a base hit. Now 2 aboard for Shenango in the top of the first. Scoreless game, but just underway.
This is the first pitch swinging or Shenango right now, these first 4 batters. Other than Iwaniko.
Justina Giles, first team all-section pick last year and as a sophomore as well, 2 seasons ago. And she is a competitor, a shy girl off the field, but on the field, a bulldog in the pitcher's circle, comes right at hitters, does Giles. Swing and a miss. There she pulled the string on Bria Lucia, who goes around well out in front for strike 1. But Giles threw a no-hitter on April 21st against Bentworth, had 12 strikeouts in that game. If things are going good or not so good, you'd never know the difference. Look there by Alusha. She took a careful eye of that one. Now running through the signs with Shenango head coach Amy Delaney. Delaney in her second stint with Shenango now. First year upon her return in stint number 2. 2 on 2 outs. 2-strike pitch is in the dirt. Good block by the catcher, Leanne Walzer. Keeps the runners where they're at.
Yeah, DeCarbo, she was stuck between second and third there. I thought maybe a good throw by Walzer maybe has a chance to get her back at second, but she chose to play it safe.
2 balls, 2 strikes. The count now on Alusha. DeCarbo at second, Lynn at first. Fastball this time off the plate to the right-handed hitter, and now the count goes from 0-2 to 3-2.
I smell something good down below. That's the bad thing about being above the press box. We're right above the concession stand.
Or the good thing, depending upon how you look at it. Payoff pitch, foul ball. Good thing if you're looking for a quick meal in between innings, right? You can just run right down there and come back up.
Which I might play a Lanny for Terry and do that. Except he usually takes about an inning and a half or so.
Yeah, he does that in the middle innings.
Yeah.
And a lot of times for ice cream.
Yeah, he just takes off and says, I'll be back.
I'll have to check and see if there is ice cream downstairs. That might be a nice treat on a day like today. 3-2 pitch swung on and missed. That ends the inning. A couple of strikeouts for Giles. No runs in, 2 left on for Shenango in the top of the first. Your score after the top of the first is Shenango nothing and OLSH coming to bat. And we'll keep it here during this break in the action in between innings as we'll run through the OLSH starting lineup. Leading off and playing center field is Jules Vibrel. Batting second, left fielder Ava Chumo. Batting third and playing third, Morgan O'Brien. The pitcher and cleanup hitter, Justina Giles. Hitting fifth, Allie Domachowski, the shortstop. Catcher Leanne Walzer hits sixth. Batting seventh is Alyssa Minton. She's the second baseman. Grace DiGiacomo, the designated player, batting eighth. She is hitting for flex and sister, Olivia DiGiacomo, who's out in right field today. And Lily Walmsley is the number 9 batter playing first base for the Chargers. So once more for OLSH, it's Vibrel, Chumo, O'Brien, Giles, Domachowski, Walzer, Minton, Grace DiGiacomo, and Walmsley. And the defensive alignment brought to you by Medor Bonner Law. With flexible appointment hours, Medor Bonner Law is a team of experienced lawyers and staff always ready to help. Defense Kennedy Lynn. for the Chargers. Right-handed hitter. Swing and a miss on a good fastball from Kennedy Lynn to get things started. Lynn, 1-2 record with a 3.82 ERA. I suspect that record is not completely up to date on Max Preps, but she has a 3.82 ERA in 14 appearances. Foul ball out of play. Quickly 0-2 on the batter.
Yeah, and Vibral heading off to Seton Hill, and congratulations to Seton Hill too, winning their off to the D2, I believe, championships. Baseball?
NCAA tournament, yes. I actually, I have a follow-up on that. Jules Vibral.
Okay. I figured you would.
Takes that pitch well off the plate and actually hits the backstop and hits the umpire.
Yeah, a little bit of both.
Hit the umpire first on its way to the backstop, but that is clearly ball one. 1-2 on Vibral. I will get back to that point on Seton Hill as Kennedy Lynn looking for the strikeout here in this first batter of the first inning, but a rise ball misses the zone up and away. So first-year head coach at Seton Hill, Cassie Moore, and Cassie is a former coach at Bethany College, where she had led the Bethany Bison to numerous appearances in the PAC tournament. Swing and a drive to deep left field. This one toward the foul pole is a fair ball, and it's a double. Leadoff double for Jules Vibral. She did not miss a home run by much. That was off the fence and very much near the foul pole. It just hit maybe a foot underneath the yellow piping on the top of the fence.
Yeah, Grandpa Domachowski almost got hit there.
He did not move an inch.
No, neither did Grandma Domachowski. They didn't even put their hands up. That was how close it was.
If they get struck by an OLSH home run, I suspect they'll be okay with it. Ava Chumo, as Allie is in the 5 spot in the batting order. But yeah, Cassie Moore, now leading first-year head coach at Seton Hill. She's a great coach at Bethany. We wish her the best of luck at Seton Hill University. So that's where Miss Jules Vibral will be, who she'll be playing for next year. There's always a 6 degrees of separation somewhere along the line.
Yeah, you find them. And sometimes it's 9 degrees, but
that one's a lot closer.
Yeah.
I feel like I was not reaching for that one. Fastball off the plate to right-handed hitting Ava Chumo for a ball.
Yeah, nice day here in Western Pennsylvania. 70, 72 degrees, cloudy, perfect day.
Bunt attempt laid down. Pitcher Kennedy will field it, throws to first to complete the sacrifice that goes 1-3. Natal fielding that throw from Lynn, and that'll move Vibral to third base for Morgan O'Brien.
And as usual here at North Allegheny, the field in pristine condition.
Mr. John Vignetti, who is the head of the grounds crew here on the baseball and softball fields at North Allegheny. Now a member of the North Allegheny Hall of Fame as well, one of the award winners in this year's Hall of Fame class. Ground ball foul up the first base line off the bat of Morgan O'Brien. O'Brien, second team all-section volleyball player at OLSH, hit a grand slam against Burgettstown on May 6th. And this is one you'll love about Morgan O'Brien, this note, Lee. She is a PIAA junior official in softball.
Yes. There, we like it.
O'Brien, line drive. That's up the middle for a base hit. Driving in Vibral and OLSH with a 1-0 lead.
And that's a Toshiba RBI. You can call Dale at 412-290-2156 for all your print output devices and digital workflow solutions. Or visit businesstoshiba.com and find a dealer near you.
Justina Giles, the next hitter. Giles, the starting pitcher today for OLSH. She's a pretty good hitter as well, as you might suspect with her hitting cleanup. 1-0 Chargers, pitch up and away on the rise ball for ball one.
Yeah, they just put that rule into effect, I believe, this year, the PIAA junior officials, where they now can do junior high games. At this, you can never officiate anybody that's older than you at this level.
Foul ball out of play.
But you can go below, and then it's this great way to get people involved, so they can do all those the junior high games, and you learn a lot. And it's still good softball down at the junior high level.
Well, and down the road, then that's a situation where Miss O'Brien, for example, Morgan O'Brien, who's at first base right now, might have an opportunity to officiate as a full-time umpire down the road. Hopefully she has a nice long playing career, but yeah, you love to see that, so good for her.
Yes.
Count 2-0 on Justina Giles. And a ground ball on the left side of the infield and through for a base hit. That'll push O'Brien to second base. So the only out recorded in this inning was on a sacrifice bunt, double, sac bunt, RBI single, and now another single, this time by Giles, will set up Ali Domachowski. Here's another 6 degrees of separation, but again, much closer. Ali Domachowski, former North Allegheny infielder, as she is a transfer to OLSH.
Yeah, so she's used to playing on this field.
Takes a pitch in the dirt. That'll kick away from the catcher, Emmerich. Wild pitch advances the runners to second and third.
And she's going to be going to a college that you're very familiar with, St. Vincent.
Where she'll be playing for Nicole Carr in the President's Athletic Conference. St. Vincent qualifying for the PAC tournament this past year.
Who don't you know?
Pitch upstairs for a ball, now 2-0.
This is why Randy has you part of the network at times.
It just means I'm old. The more people you know means that you've lived longer to network more. That's all that is. 1-0, OLSH leading, bottom of the first inning. And a little flare on the right side of the infield. Only play for the second baseman, Joseph, is to flip to first to get the out of Domachowski. But it's an RBI ground out as O'Brien scores from third. And the Chargers with a 2-0 lead. Giles advances to third on the ground ball as well.
And that's your another Toshiba RBI, 412-290-2156. You can call Dale at Toshiba for all your output devices and digital workflow solutions.
Leanne Walzer steps in, takes a fastball strike from the right-hander Kennedy Lynn. I'm Randy Gorlong with Lee Moen. I'm filling in here in Game 1 thanks to James Dotson here at North Allegheny in this opener of a triple header from this site today on LCAP. Ground ball up the middle as it slowly bounces through, but a seeing eye single for Walzer over the second base bag brings home Giles, and it's now 3-0 OLSH over Shenango in the opening round of the WPIAL Class 2A playoffs.
Yeah, not a hard hit ball, but just perfectly placed. The two-hopper over the mound. So the third Toshiba RBI of the inning.
As the gunner would say, hit them where they ain't. And we're going to get a courtesy runner now for Leanne Walzer, the catcher. And that will be Sarah Dashner, a freshman.
I'm glad you heard that. She hasn't turned around for me yet. Of course, we got Mr. Heckman helping us out.
He's got the binoculars. Spotter extraordinaire. He does that during the football season.
Yes.
So, seventh batter of the inning, Alyssa Minton. 2 of the 3 runs scoring after, or excuse me, 1 of the 3 runs scoring after 2 outs. Now a pitch that trickles through the catcher this time, McKenna Emmerich. I'm going to call that a pass ball on that one, Lee.
I will go along with that.
So that moves Dashner, the courtesy runner, to second base.
Yeah, not a good start here for the Wildcats.
And the 6th seeded Chargers with the 3-0 lead. 2 outs of the inning, pitch upstairs this time. That pops out of the glove of Emmerich, and another pass ball.
Yeah, Emmerich having her problems back there.
It was a rise ball, but it was right in the mitt.
And McKenna Jr.
3-0 OLSH, bottom of the first inning, with 2 outs and a runner now at third base. Fastball strike at the knees, 2-1. Great to have you with us on LCAP and the Trib Live High School Sports Network as well. Busy times in Western Pennsylvania. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Foul ball straight back for a strike. We talked pregame with Amy Delaney, the first-year head coach at Shenango. Again, in her second stint, she had coached from section that Shenango plays in, so they are battle-tested. And they're in a battle so far in this one, trailing 3-0. Ground ball, weakly hit third base side. Charging on it, third baseman Iwan Eco. Throw to first is in time to end the inning. Runner left stranded at third, but the OLSH Chargers score 3 runs on 4 hits and 1 left on. After 1 inning, it is OLSH 3 and Shenango 0 as you are listening to coverage of the WPIAL Class 2A softball playoffs, brought to you by LCAP.
No two companies create the same way. Toshiba empowers the art of business by uniquely enabling businesses to work with tools designed specifically for them. In a constantly evolving world, business communication must be agile, efficient, and fast. Toshiba is the company that helps you manage it all, from paper to digital to screen and back again. Toshiba, empowering the art of business.
OLSH gets 3 runs in the bottom of the first inning. And now we turn the page toward the top of the second. Shenango with a chance to bite back. McKenna Emmerich leads off for the Wildcats as Justina Giles delivers a strike to open up the inning. Giles with a couple of strikeouts in the first. Shenango had 2 runners on in the first inning, but left 2 aboard. OLSH scored 3 runs. Could have been more. Nice play defensively to end the inning by Iwaniko, charging on a weakly hit ground ball. Here's one tapped to short. Domachowski gobbles it up. Throw to first on a hop. Not held on to by the first baseman, Walmsley. And that'll be an E6 on Domachowski. Throw was in the dirt, so Emmerich reaches on the leadoff error.
Yeah, had to rush that a little bit, but should have been played. If it doesn't throw that on a hop, it's going to be an out.
So maybe just what the doctor ordered if you're Shenango here. Get that leadoff runner aboard. Now it's Reagan Lynn, the designated player. Lynn with a .310 average, 13 runs batted in this season. Left-handed hitter, swings and misses for a strike.
Yeah, you don't hear too many cheerleaders playing softball. Nice to get the cheerleading squad on, as the Elwood City Wolverines are making their way down the hill here at North Allegheny. The second game we'll have here.
Swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch. That's off the glove of catcher Walzer. I'm going to say another pass ball, this time allowing Emmerich to second base.
But she swung, though. Oh, that's right, yeah, because
she didn't
right.
foul it off.
Right, correct. Understand.
I mean, that was a pitch was right there for the strike, but just wasn't squeezed by Walzer. So pass ball moves the runner to second. Now the 0-2 pitch is fouled over the third base dugout rather, and hits the fencing on the baseball field.
And Reagan somehow juggles her time and also part of the track team also.
Now that's going to be difficult in the spring, that's for sure.
I have somebody, I think from Elwood City, who does that in my second game. My notes somewhere along the way here.
Ground ball right side of the infield, handled by the second baseman Minton. She'll flip to Walmsley over at first for the 4-3 putout. The ground out moves Emmerich to third, so 1 away in the top of the second inning, and a chance for Janie Natal to drive in the first run for Shenango.
Yeah, Janie, she was battling some injuries this year for the basketball team, but had a nice career.
That finishes the all-time leader in three-point shooting at Shenango on the hardwood. Here she's trying to do some damage with the bat in hand with a runner at third and 1 out. Giles delivers, pitch on the outside corner for a strike.
If you notice, our umpire's textbook makes the strike call, and then he comes up and then gives the signal, because of course we can't hear the strike call out here.
That's all right, as long as I can see it, which he is well. He brings that right hand up high. Ground ball to third, looking at home but delivering the throw to first to get the short out is Morgan O'Brien. So 5-3 on the putout of Natal, but it's an RBI ground out that scores Emmerich, and Shenango on the board trailing 3-1 in the top of the second.
Yeah. You can call Dale, business.toshiba.com, 412-290-2156.
Early in this game, I like that play by O'Brien. Rather than rush yourself, throw home, potentially open this up to a bigger inning, you get the shore out at third, and now nobody on the bases, and you still have a 2-run lead.
I agree with you, 100%. Get that shore out.
Cassidy Kale, the number 9 hitter, batting .207 for Shenango. First pitch is strike.
Especially the way OLSH hit the ball in the first inning.
Yeah, you trust that your offense is going to continue to add on, looking at it from the OLSH perspective.
I see our 3 officials.
3-1, OLSH. Zoe Offie gave that one a ride, but Olivia DiGiacomo, able to track that one down.
Yeah, she did a nice job as Offie really waited on that off-speed pitch very, very nicely. Was able to drive that deep. Thought maybe that Natal might take a chance at tagging, but she was halfway through just in case that ball might have been dropped.
Tie game in the fourth, 4-4 the score, so fours are wild here at this point in the ball game. Ashley DeCarbo, 2 RBIs already today, a couple of base hits. She's Limone's early favorite for player of the game, but still a long way to go in this one. But she can enhance her total if she can deliver a base hit here.
Especially if she gets a base hit here, she'll be definitely in the running.
Would be good for another RBI if she does with 2 outs. Off speed is high for a ball.
Just good to see Ashley back in the box.
Yeah, after she took a hard slide into second on that double play. Pitch off the outside edge. 3 balls and no strikes now to DeCarbo. So perhaps pitching carefully here this time around. Justina Giles, she's been burned twice by DeCarbo. Does not want to be burned again. But if she loses DeCarbo, even though first base is open, would have to deal with the number 3 hitter, I1 Eco. Fly ball, right field side. That'll sail into the bleacher seats.
Yeah, good effort by one of those fans there.
And one of the moms playing that one off a hop.
Yeah.
I like it.
Didn't even move.
Yeah, she shrugged her shoulders.
Yeah.
Hey, wasn't that hard? The gentleman trying to make the play, he made a leaping effort, but Mom says, I've got it. All right, 3-1 pitch, little tapper foul to the right of home plate.
Boy, DeCarbo not shy, is she? Get the green light. Yacht Cougars in the house. It'll be our second game, like we said earlier, Elwood City and Yacht. Myself and my brother Jay going to hop on board for that second game.
And I'll go get an ice cream.
Yeah. And I'll hopefully have time to get some of that good smelling food down there.
Payoff pitch, a little soft pop, first base side, sails over the dugout this time around. So battling at bat here for Ashley DeCarbo, facing Justina Giles, the 2-time all-section pitcher for the OLSH Chargers.
I'm just waiting for some of that Monticello pizza hopefully coming. Free plug there.
Another payoff, off speed and rung up for strike 3. Beautifully dropped in there by Giles to end the inning. She's got 5 Ks today, and 3 of the 5 are backward Ks this afternoon. But 1 run on 1 hit in air and 1 left stranded. Tie game. We head to the bottom of the 4th. It's Shenango 4, OLSH 4, as you're listening to coverage of the WPIAL playoffs on LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Local baseball talent. It provides weekly baseball seminars from January through May to enhance local baseball knowledge for players, coaches, and parents. Building Block Baseball is available for one-on-one development programs, team instructions, and group sections. 3B also provides Lawrence County with their own collegiate summer baseball team. The 3B Barons showcase top collegiate baseball talents of the area. Visit buildingblocksbaseball.com for more information and for our free downloadable documents and videos. Whether you're just learning the game, playing in college, or coaching a team, 3B can get you the building blocks of baseball today.
And back at North Allegheny High School, we've got a tie game on our hands, 4-4. We head to the bottom of the 4th, opening round of the WPIAL 2A softball playoff. Shenango 4, OLSH 4. And in the bottom of the 4th, Grace DiGiacomo, Lily Walmsley, and Jules Vibrel all due up for the Chargers. So this has been a back-and-forth affair so far today. Every time OLSH seems to come up with a big hit, Shenango matches it. First pitch is a ball. Although none of the runs earned so far charged to Justina Giles. Of the 4 runs, none earned. Pitch low, 2-0.
Yeah, forgot to mention our courtesy runner today, sponsored by Castle Asphalt. If you're looking for quality and cost-efficient paving and construction services, Castle Asphalt and Construction will make your visions for your projects a reality. That's Castle Asphalt sponsoring our courtesy runner today.
2-0, tapper foul on the third base side.
And Mr. Dotson, is Miss Waltzer checking in today? Not yet. Possibly not today? Not coming today, okay. She'll have her choice on Thursday, though.
That one taken for a ball, now 3-1.
Boy, I put a strike in my my clicker for that one. I thought that was there. Just a little high.
Grace DiGiacomo 0 for 1 today. Grounded out 1-6-3 earlier in the game in the second. Foul ball off the bat makes it full on the count, 3-2.
Yeah, Grace, she organized the Polar Plunge at Our Lady of Sacred Heart. Raised over $1,600 for Special Olympics. She took the plunge on February 24th into the Allegheny.
A Carlow University commit. Swing and a miss. So down on strikes is Grace DiGiacomo. Carlow University will be joining the AMCC conference in NCAA Division III coming up.
Would that be a rough adjustment in your opinion, or?
Well, they go from NAIA to the AMCC conference. To be honest, I don't know much about the conference that they were in. I'm more familiar with the AMCC, but I would imagine that it's probably a lateral adjustment to some degree.
Mr. Heckman's shaking his head.
He concurs.
If he concurs, you're right.
Swing and a miss by Lily Walmsley, who's 0 for 1 with a strikeout. 1 out, nobody on in the bottom of the fourth.
I'm just looking for more Rice Krispie treats when I work with him again, that's all.
Trying to score some brownie points. Who knows, he might bring you brownies. They might literally be brownie points for the next time around. Swing and a miss. Now behind 1 and 2 is Walmsley.
Yeah, we're going to have our hands. Of course, every network at this time of year, Greene County, our network, here in Lawrence County, we have a few multiple teams.
Foul ball out of play toward the baseball field.
Trying to get every game on in North Allegheny because we just have every team in the playoffs.
Yeah, North Allegheny getting a girls lacrosse win in overtime last night, 12-11 at Peters Township, so they're still in it as well. Doubleheader tomorrow and Thursday. Pitch upstairs for a ball, but we'll tell you more about that another day.
Yeah.
Lily Walmsley.
Tomorrow.
Yeah, right. We'll talk more about that tomorrow out at Seneca Valley.
Yeah, Mr. Dawson will have a break.
He has a break tomorrow?
Oh, no, you got baseball tomorrow?
Swing and a miss, so the 2-strike pitch. Walmsley retired. Back-to-back Ks for Kennedy Lynn. She's up to 3 strikeouts. And now 2 outs here in the fourth.
Well, as long as you aren't running to the hospital again.
Jules Vibrel, 2 for 2, a double, an inside the park home run. 2 runs scored and 1 RBI. Fastball high to her here, ball 1.
Yeah, I know you and I said goodbye to our wives for 2 weeks. If everything plays out, though, we might be okay this weekend. There's a strike call because there's nothing scheduled for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.
Yeah, it's funny the way this weekend or this week shapes up. She actually is going to see me more this week than she has the last 2. But, all depends on the weather.
As long as the weather holds off.
Well hit and into left field. Base hit off the bat of Vibrel. She's 3 for 3 now, headed for second, and she's got another double. So 2 doubles for her today. A lot of the damage for her has been as a leadoff hitter. In this case, a 2-out base knock. In fact, actually, that solo home run came with 2 outs, but this double with 2 outs and gives Ava Chumo a chance to give the lead back to the OLSH Chargers. Chumo, without an official plate appearance, sack, bunt, and a walk, takes up and away for ball 1.
Yeah, she had to miss last year because she's fighting a AMPS disease, amplified musculoskeletal
musculoskeletal pain syndrome.
Pain syndrome. Thank you. That's why we just say AMPS.
Yes.
But she's they finally got it detected, and she's finally able to get everything situated and be able to back on the softball team. She really greatly missed the field.
Strike on the batter now, 1 and 2 to Chumo. And if you're wondering what AMPS is, it's a very painful medical condition that can cause pain anywhere in the body. And the episodes of pain can be intermittent or constant and affect either the whole body or be localized to a specific area or limb. And whenever it occurs, the degree of pain in children with AMPS is more intense than one would normally expect. So obviously to play with that kind of pain is or just endure that pain,
Right.
let alone play in it, just live through it. So she is a tough young lady, Ava Chumo. We wish her well and glad to see her out there. 2-strike pitch, ground ball, weakly hit on the right side of the infield. It's bobbled over at second, flipped to first, not in time, as the second baseman Joseph could not play that cleanly. And coming around to score is Vibral to make it 5-4 OLSH as they jump back ahead on the 2-out error.
And it's exactly what you want to do with Vibral. You just keep running right there. Don't assume anything. And the error happened, and she scores easily with her speed.
So that'll be the first unearned run charged to Kennedy Lynn. And it gives Our Lady the Sacred Heart the lead again, 5-4.
Back and forth we go.
Pitch upstairs on the rise ball for ball one to Morgan O'Brien. She's 2 for 2 with a pair of singles, a run scored and an RBI. 1-0 on the outside quarter. 1 ball, 1 strike. So seemed to be a quiet fourth, back-to-back strikeouts, but then the double by Vibral, and Chumo puts a ball in play that allows Vibral to score on an error. Delivery up and outside, 2 balls and a strike. Swing and a miss. Number 3 in the 3 spot. She plays third base, Morgan O'Brien. Hit .536 last year with a couple of home runs for the Chargers. And just a junior, hit a grand slam as well this season on May 6th against Burgettstown. Takes outside, 3-1. Our Lady the Sacred Heart co-section champions with Charleroi, although the Cougars swept OLSH in the regular season, therefore getting the higher seeding. 3-1, ground ball knocked down at first by Natal, and then scrambles to get back to it, which she does. But everybody is safe because by the time she arrives at first base, Morgan O'Brien beats her to the bag. 2 on with 2 outs. Chumo to second.
Yeah, nice play there by Natal to block that ball from going in the right field, but unfortunately knocking it down, trickled to her right a little bit further. And that allows the infield single.
Yeah, that was a well-struck ground ball. And Natal did well just to get a piece of it, but it trickled away far enough from her to allow the infield single to occur for O'Brien. There's strike 1 on Justina Giles. So some problems here with 2 outs for the Shenango defense. 5-4 OLSH, bottom of the 4th. 2 on with 2 outs. Giles takes a rise ball high. Two 2-0 on Giles, who's 1 for 2 today, singled and scored in the first inning. And bounces one to third, off the glove of Iwaniko. Only plays at first now. Throw there is just in time to get Giles, and the inning is over. Good job of recovery there by Iwaniko, as she had lost the opportunity for the force out at third. She realized that, but knew she still had a chance to get Giles, which she did. And the inning is over. But OLSH returns to the lead. 1 run on 2 hits, an error, and 2 left stranded after 4 innings. It is Our Lady of the Sacred Heart 5, Shenango 4, as you're listening to coverage on LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Looking for a unique way to expand your business? Advertise on the Lawrence County SportsNet and be seen by thousands of viewers in the area and around the country on over 100 broadcasts each year. Visit lcsportsnet.com and click Advertise with LCSN.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
Top of the 5th, it's 5-4 OLSH leading Shenango as Maddie Iwaniko leads off the top of the 5th. She's 0 for 2 today, takes ball 1. Iwaniko making a good play to stay with it to end the bottom of the 4th to complete the inning with a 5-3 put out of Justina Giles. Giles now pitching for the Chargers. Brings the 1-0 outside to the right-handed hitter for ball 2. So an unearned run charged against Kennedy Lynn. So of the 5 runs she has allowed, 4 are earned. For Giles, all 4 are unearned to her as a laced base hit, and that's going to get by the left fielder Chumo and roll all the way to the fence. Iwaniko with a leadoff double for Shenango. Well, that one, a laser hit on a line over the leaping glove of shortstop Domachowski, and once it hit the grass, it continued to roll all the way to the fence as left fielder Chumo could not race to cut it off. And the leadoff 2-bagger for Iwaniko has Shenango in business once again. Trailing 5-4, but threatening to tie it or maybe do better. Kennedy Lynn is 1 for 2 today. A single in the first, grounded out in the 3rd. Giles trying to regroup here as she's back in the circle. Delivers the first pitch to Kennedy Lynn, and that is strike.
Yeah, the reason I ran off, I just noticed the great Chuck Crummy here today, standing down on the sidewalk down there, Mr. Gore. Former coach at Central Catholic. His granddaughter's a strike called. Granddaughter Cameron Hummel plays for Our Lady of Sacred Heart. So one of the few people that have a court or a field named after him, as Coach Crummy did.
While still living.
Yeah.
I'll add that.
Yeah.
Add that to the, which is a great thing. But yeah, normally your name is adopted at a field after you've passed.
Yeah.
So great that, that's how legendary Coach Crummy has been.
Well, Coach Charlie Astor, who we talked about earlier, has a field named after him also.
There you go.
Of course, he should have about 3 fields named after him for 55 years.
Ground ball tapped towards short, moving in on it. And that is fielded over there at first by Vibrel. We've got some changes defensively, Lee, as well. Domachowski no longer at short. Vibrel making the play, the tag out of Iwaniko. And that's a good play there by Vibrel to get the out. Shortstop unassisted to retire the lead runner. Fielder's choice puts Kennedy Lynn on. So over in center field now is Ava Chumo. And the left fielder is Walmsley. So that means we have a new first baseman. That's Domachowski. So they moved Domachowski from short to first. They've everybody is still in the batting order the same, but they've realigned defensively.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, Vibrel, it's a great job faking that throw to go over to first, and that caught Iwaniko thinking that ball was going to go, and that hung on to the ball, get her easy play. See that a lot in the when you're a kid, you do that a lot. You don't see this level of a great play there by Vibrel.
Vibrel with the quick feet, obviously in center field to start the game. But there you saw that agility at the shortstop position in getting the tag out. At the plate now is Bria Lucia.
I'll get those changes here in a second. Count should be 1-1.
And the 1-1 is up and away. 2 balls and a strike. So again, defensively, Vibrel from center to short. Chumo from left to center. Walmsley from first to left. And Domachowski from short to first base. So those are your defensive changes. And everybody in the batting order stays the same. 2-1, wave and a miss. And that evens up the counts on Alusha. 2 balls, 2 strikes. She's 0 for 2 today. Struck out of the first. Soft liner in the 3rd to the pitcher. Justina Giles. Called strike 3 on the outside corner. 2-2 pitch, a called strikeout. And Alusha, the inning's second out. 6 strikeouts. 4 looking. McKenna Emmerich 0 for 2, reached on an error, scored in the second, also struck out in the third. 5-4 OLSH leading top of the fifth with 2 outs and a runner at first base. There's strike one on Emmerich. You mentioned Coach Crummy. His granddaughter Cameron Hummel hit a grand slam against Burgettstown on April 25th. Swing and a miss. Well out in front of the off-speed pitch from Justina Giles.
Yeah, I thought I recognized him when I was looking down. "30-some years at Central Catholic."
That great basketball family, the Crummies.
Oh, yeah.
Called strike 3, another strikeout, this time of Emmerich. That's 7 Ks, 5 looking, inning over. A leadoff double as Giles leaves a runner stranded. And we head to the bottom of the fifth. The score, OLSH 5, Shenango 4. In the opening round of the Class 2A playoffs, you're listening to coverage of the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
Castle Asphalt and Construction is driven to provide quality, cost-efficient pavement-related services to Western Pennsylvania. Every paving or construction service at Castle Asphalt begins with a thorough site inspection of the area to allow their team of professionals to become familiar with the unique conditions of your home or business. Once the site inspection is complete, Castle Asphalt provides you with a detailed plan of the design, cost, materials, and time of completion, so you know exactly what to expect during your construction. Visit castleasphalt.com to request a quote for your next project and make your dream design come to fruition.
OLSH 5 and Shenango 4. Bottom of the fifth, it'll be 5, 6, and 7 due up. Allie Domachowski, Leanne Walzer, and Alyssa Minton. So it's been back and forth today, but Shenango has never led. They trailed 3-0, but tied at 3-3 in the second. Trailed 4-3, but tied at 4-4 in the fourth. And right now, OLSH back ahead 5-4 after scoring an unearned run in the bottom of the fourth. Jules Vibral scoring on an error. Go ahead.
Thought you were done there. It's just a heads up. There's no way this second game will start at 5 o'clock.
Allie Domachowski leading off. She takes a rise ball up and outside for ball one. Domachowski 0 for 2 with an RBI ground out in the first.
So I'm sure Miss Tweety Bird can tweet that out. That second game looking at least 5:15 probably.
Off speed is low this time. 2-0. OLSH 3-run first. Solo inside the park home run by Jules Vibral in the second. Ayers scored a run in the fourth. And here's a line drive base hit to right off the bat of Domachowski. Went with the pitch, driving it opposite way into right for a leadoff single.
Talk about exit velocity, which I'm not a big fan of that stat, but boy, that was roped in the right center field, or right field.
Yeah, you don't need a speed gun to tell you that that one was hit hard. Just eyeball it. Domachowski with the well-struck single.
Yeah, I think those stats are way overly used, overused.
Leanne Walzer checks her swing, and that's a foul ball, I believe, off the knob of the bat.
I believe so.
And again, we broadcast from out here in the outfield, so things that happen at home plate are a little harder to see, or especially hear. We would have been able to hear that behind home plate. So strike one on the foul ball by Walzer. Domachowski still at first, nobody out in the bottom of the fifth. And that one pumped in for a strike, quickly 0-2.
And we're out in center field because of the video possibilities out here. It's a lot easier to film. Get a nice view of the field.
OLSH bench rallying the troops with Walzer at the plate. Takes a fastball off the plate.
I want to thank the Crane Room for sponsoring today's broadcast here today. You can grab a seat in the bar, dining room, or loft, or now you can go outside in the patio.
Ground ball to short, fielded by DeCarbo. Steps on the bag at second, throw to first, not in time. Unable to turn two, but she does get the lead runner, retired 6 unassisted. Domachowski is gone. Walzer reaches on the fielder's choice.
Yeah, you can call 724-656-1553 for reservations or anything you like from the Crane Room. Which, Mr. Dawson, we need to get back up there sometime soon.
Now is the time to take advantage of that outdoor seating. I heard you talking about it in the basketball season. Now I want to go to the crane room and sit outdoors. Pitch outside for a ball to Alyssa Minton. She's 0 for 2 with a line-out double play in the third.
We might have some reason to celebrate here in the next week or two,
I think
possibly.
So. Yeah. Bring the cigars. Line drive towards center. That's going to get down for a base hit. Trying to go first to third is Walzer. And she will get there. No courtesy for Walzer this time. And then on the throw to third, runner moves up a base. That's Minton.
I'm going to give it an E8 right there. Randy, it was a bad throw from Zoe Yoffe. Missed the cutoff throw, and that'll let that ball trickled into the infield. That allowed the runner and Minton to get the second.
So base hit and then error charged on that one.
Yeah, unfortunately, give that error to Zoe Yoffe in center field.
Pinch hitter for Shenango.
42.
Julia Pinter is your new hitter.
Yeah, I wouldn't be DiGiacomo and the number 9 hitter Walmsley not too efficient in their first 2 at bats. So let's see if Walmsley might get a pinch hit too when her order spot comes up. The Pinter, big position here. Shenango's going to play the corners in. Actually, they're going to play back here this second and short. Going to concede this run here, Randy. Interesting.
Foul ball to the screen, strike 1. So Julia Pinter pinch hitting for Grace DiGiacomo. Two on with 1 out. In this bottom of the 5th. This is a critical stage of this game. Right now, a 1-run ball game. 2 strikes on the batter, Pinter.
Yeah, that's why I'm surprised that the infield's back in this situation.
Kennedy Lynn looking for a strikeout, and she gets it. 2 outs. 3 pitches of the strikeout of Pinter, and 2 away in this bottom of the 5th.
And that's why the infield was back, because the strikeout was coming. Yeah, looks like Walmsley will bat.
Walmsley 0 for 2, a couple of strikeouts.
Big spot for her.
Fastball outside. Pump fake toward third. Back there standing
Walmsley
is Walzer.
Walmsley put the bat out, the bunt. Let's see if she does that again.
She shows it, pulls back. Interesting with 2 strikes, or excuse me, with 2 outs rather in the inning.
You see the break that Iwaniko's getting from third? She was almost on the batter. As soon as she sees those hands go up.
I'm calling bluff on this. She's swinging away, and on the next pitch, it's taken for a strike. I don't see a bunt here with 2 strikes.
Oh, near to why?
Or 2 outs. I keep saying 2 strikes. My apologies. With 2 outs. I don't see a bunt here with runners at second and third with 2 outs. I know Walmsley's the number 9 hitter, but I'm letting her swing away. And there she shows bunt again. Takes low. Takes at the knees for a strike.
Low at the knees.
Low strike.
Yeah.
Is what it is. 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And Coach Quinn, I don't know if that was supposed to be. I think she missed the call that time. The way Coach Quinn reacted.
He came down that third base line. Now time here for Walmsley. So you've got Walzer at third, Minton at second, 5-4 OLSH leading bottom of the 5th. And there's a line drive foul on the third base side over the third base dugout. Keeps the count at 2-2.
Yeah, if I'm a Lucia, I'm playing a little bit shallower. They're really playing deep for this 9 hitter all the way around.
And that'll roll in, and that's going to be a wild pitch. In to score from third is Walzer. 6-4 OLSH is the 2-strike offering. Just kind of bounced in, skipped like a rock on a lake, and Emmerich could not stop it. And that allows not only a run to score, but Minton to third base as well.
Yeah, no chance at all for Emmerich.
And a swing and a miss on the 2-2 pitch for strike 3. Walmsley is punched out. 5 strikeouts for Kennedy Lynn, but 1 run on 1 hit. It aired, 1 left stranded. Also a wild pitch scoring a run. Your score after 5, OLSH 6 and Shenango 4 as you're watching or listening to coverage of the WPIAL playoffs on LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Whether you're hosting a big party, it's family dinner night, or you just need a place to go and watch the big game, the Crane Room Grill is the place to be. Need that something special for your upcoming event? Ask about the CR Brewing Company's custom brewing options to give your big day that personalized touch that your guests will never forget. Visit craneroom.com to see their full menu, or call in your takeout order now at 724-656-1553. The Crane Room Grill and CR Brewing Company, a winning combination.
Hey, and welcome back to North Allegheny High School. I'm Randy Gore along with Lee Moan. Top of the 6th we go as OLSH leading Shenango 6-4. And we've got action. We've got video now here on LC SportsNet. So if you're tuned in via audio, which is the way we started this broadcast, and it's because we started at 3 and a little early for all of the folks to get here to produce the video, but we are now video, so you can go to LC Sports website, LC SportsNet, and we've got video for you. So if you're tuned in via audio, check out the audio and the video now, as we hope for a dramatic finish here this one in the opening round of the 2A playoffs. Swing and a miss by Reagan Lynn leading off the 6th. Count is 1-1.
Yeah, Mr. Dotson used all his personal days, so he couldn't get here early. He's got to save a few with in the next couple weeks here.
Well, you never know when you're going to need them. So let's see here. Slow swing on the appeal. Going around. Ooh. I thought so. Yeah. Reagan Lynn, strike 2. Now 1-2 on her.
This umpire's done a nice job today. Seem to be in position. Our strike zone's been
consistent.
Very, very, very good. Yeah, I mean, umpires are not complaining. I mean, they're not going to complain. The coaches aren't complaining.
1-2, and off-speed pitch dips low. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Reagan Lynn. Justina Giles, foul ball. That one headed toward the baseball field again. North Allegheny baseball team practicing now at this point in the day. They get ready for their first playoff game on Monday.
Yeah, get a ways away. When you only have 8 teams.
Reagan Lynn battling here with 2 strikes leading off the 6th. She doubled in the 4th inning and scored a run. 6-4, OLSH leading. And another foul ball onto the baseball field this time.
Yeah, that's 6A baseball bracket. Pick a team, any team. It's sort of like the 5A softball, too. It's just wide open.
Whoever's out there in right field for North Allegheny in practice threw a perfect ball out there to one of the fans on the last foul ball. Battle continues here for Reagan Lynn at the plate. Usually that's now sometimes Heron Lee is out there in that direction.
See, I do know what Heron looks like. So actually, it looks like it might be Heron.
And now a slowly hit ground ball to third. Charging on it, O'Brien gets the throw to Domachowski just in time. Good stretch by Domachowski as well on the back end to get the out 5-3, retiring Reagan Lynn.
Yeah, better play by Domachowski. Not the best throw, but he said she stretched and prevented that ball to hop, too, because able to get that glove in there, so first out. It sure does look like Heron Lee in right field out there.
Janie Natal, 0 for 2, RBI ground out of the 2nd, reached on an error in the 4th inning. Takes a rise ball high. Great to have you with us now on video as well. LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP, 6-4. Our Lady of the Sacred Heart on top of Shenango. This is the 6th versus 11 matchup. Swing and a miss.
We'll have our LCAP player of the game at the end of this one, and our Melee Chiropractic play of the game. We'll go a couple different directions. The play might not have happened yet either.
Shenango's hoping that's the case. Tapper back toward the pitcher. Giles can't get to it, but the second baseman, Minton, does. Applies the short throw to Domachowski. 4-3 on the putout. Now 2 away in the 6th. Cassidy Kale 0 for 1, walked and scored in the second. Giles had a 1-2-3 inning in the 3rd, hoping for another here in the 6th. She has punched out 7 batters today as the right-hander for Our Lady of the Sacred Heart. And Kale accepts a rise ball high for ball 1. Now, Shenango, we told you, led by Amy Delaney in her second year as head coach, or second stint, I should say, as head coach. First year in stint number 2. Pitches a strike. And former Our Lady of the Sacred Heart player. That's where she played in high school, as it turns out. So going against her alma mater. Played in college as well at Westminster College from 1999 through 2003. Wave and a miss, 2 strikes now on Kale. And so Amy Delaney, that means she would have played for Jan Redinger, head coach who remains at Westminster College. Just recently won her 700th career game as a college coach, Jan Redinger. Swing and a miss here, though, by Kale. And it is a 1-2-3 inning for Justina Giles. 8 strikeouts for her today, and we move to the home half of the 6th. The score, OLSH 6, Shenango 4. As you're watching coverage of the WPIAL playoffs on LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
I love what I do because coming in every day is different.
How can you not enjoy these kids coming up and hugging you and giving you these great smiles all throughout the day? You guys ready?
Seeing the progress that our kids make every single day is one of the reasons I love coming to school.
What should we do? We have fun.
LCAP Early Learning Centers is hiring. Help empower young minds in Lawrence County and become a superhero today. Apply at lcap.org.
On to the bottom of the 6th we go here from North Allegheny High School, neutral site for today's playoff matchup between Our Lady of the Sacred Hearts and Shenango. And so OLSH playing for some insurance in this 6th. Jules Vibrel, Ava Chumo, and Morgan O'Brien all due up. And Vibrel 3 for 3 today. 2 doubles, 3 runs scored, and an inside-the-park home run. That came in the 2nd inning.
I think a pretty productive day.
First pitch from Kennedy Lynn is low, ball 1. If Vibrel would have settled for the single in the 4th, she'd had a chance for the cycle here in the 6th inning, but I can understand wanting the double instead. There's a strike. Evens up the count.
This isn't the major leagues where those things, they might get a bonus for that.
Strike on the outer corner. Now 1-2.
Yeah, Vibrel not liking that call.
Well, Our Lady of the Sacred Heart appearing in the playoffs for a 6th consecutive season. Last year's run to the WPIAL semifinals and state playoffs, the deepest in program history. Pitches low, 2-2. The trip to the state playoffs, in fact, was the first in program history for the OLSH Chargers. And Coach David Quinn really happy with where the program, where it's gone and where it's headed. Fly ball to right, moving in on it to make the catch on that line drive. Bria Lucia reels it in. That's the first time Vibrel has been retired today.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Coach Quinn took over a program that wasn't too consistent. I think they won 10 games in 2 years or something in that line, and he came in, changed the culture, changed the program. Well, it's nice to see a successful story like that.
Ava Chumo watches a pitch upstairs for a ball. She's 0 for 1. Sack bunt in the 1st, walked in the 2nd, reached on an error in the 4th. That was a run scoring error. And here's a liner to first, caught on the fly by Natal. She was right there at the bag, even if she didn't catch it, but she reels in that liner for out number 2.
Yeah,
Morgan O'Brien 3 for 3.
Yeah, we'll have a quick post-game show because we got to change equipment and get set up for the full video broadcast for the whole game. Our next one between Elwood City and York, so we'll have a very abbreviated post-game show.
Ball 1 to O'Brien, pitch outside. As we said, O'Brien 3 for 3, 3 singles, a run and an RBI in the first inning, part of a 3-run frame. OLSH 3 in the first, 1 in the second, 1 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth. And a fly ball over the first base coach in foul territory for a strike.
And we might even ask Mr. Heckman for a vote of our player of the game and our play of the game later on.
Well, it won't be too long from now, barring a Shenango rally in the top of the 7th.
We're hoping for it.
Right here on the Lawrence County Sports Network. Delivery is low to Morgan O'Brien. Now 2-1 on the batter. Rise ball up and outside. 3-1 on O'Brien. And neither one of these teams have won a WPIAL championship, but the winner of this hoping to change that. Pitch up and outside for ball 4, so O'Brien draws the walk. She's on for the 4th time today. Shenango very close in 2021, but lost to Laurel 6-5 in the title tilt. Then fell to Chestnut Ridge in the state playoffs 3-2. Offering is a ball to Justina Giles. Three of the 6 runs for OLSH today have scored with 2 outs in an inning. And so the 2-out walk to O'Brien, you don't like very much if you're a Shenango fan. Swing and a miss.
Yeah, Laurel been having their hands full with Neshannock the last couple years.
And Neshannock winning the championship last year.
And state.
Yeah, that's right.
You got another state title shirt in my bag.
Pitch up and outside.
And Shenango lost to Neshannock. Laurel's lost. Yeah, thank you. That's what I thought. Trying to read sign language from Mr. Dawson here.
There's a strike.
Yeah, Neshannock with 42 straight wins.
Yeah, undefeated section champions in Section 1. They did defeat Shenango twice in the same section. And a roller on the left side fielded by Iwaniko. Throw to first, hitting over. 5-3 on the putout of Justina Giles. A walk and 1 left stranded. Last chance for Shenango as we head to the 7th. Your score, OLSH 6, Shenango 4, is your watching coverage of the WPIAL playoffs on LC SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
When injuries get you sidelined, don't trust just anyone to get you back on the field. Visit Health in Motion Physical Therapy in Shenango Township. They want to get you back to the top of your game as quickly as possible with certified orthopedic and manual therapy. At Health in Motion, you receive quality one-on-one time with a board-certified physical therapist. Get the next generation of physical therapy to help in your recovery. Health in Motion is the first PT clinic in Western Pennsylvania to use the Nuvie, the neurobioelectric stimulator, in their therapies. Their technologies can reduce your time on the sideline from 3 or 4 weeks to just 3 or 4 days. Don't wait for months to see improvement. Notice a difference after your first visit to Health in Motion, keeping you moving.
We head to the 7th. Shenango trailing OLSH by a score of 6-4. Top of the order to try and start a rally here for Shenango. Zoe Yaffe, who's 1 for 3. Doubled and scored in the second inning, did Yaffe. And she lines one fair down the left field line, and that'll cross into foul territory and rattle around in the quarter. Offie will try for three, throw from the relay on the money, but safe. Sliding in there, just avoiding the tag. Zoe Offie with a leadoff triple in the 7th.
Oh, it's one of those hits that's like, what are you taking third for with nobody out and down 2 runs and just sliding in safely? Boy, I know you're quick, but taking a chance like that, but she showed the speed, though, Randy, coming around second.
Yeah, she gets in there, and that was a gamble I would not be willing to take. I know that, but nonetheless, we're going to get a change defensively here out in left field. So Wamsley going to come out.
It's going to be the granddaughter of Chuck Crummy, Cameron
Hummel. So Hummel now in the play left.
I knew Chuck would say something. No, I came to see my granddaughter play. He has that much pull.
So new left fielder. And I would say this, that line drive, for those that are not watching on video still yet, that line drive hit by Offie, that was not going to be caught at all by Wamsley.
Not at all.
But surely the defensive change there, knowing what Hummel brings to the table, they bring her in.
I mean, Wamsley played that perfect. Played the ball perfect, hit the cutoff, and she did everything correctly, for sure.
So the defensive switch, just want to make that point, no reflection on Wamsley. As there is strike one on Ashley DeCarbo. So DeCarbo 2 for 3 with a couple of singles and 2 RBIs today. Had a 2-run single in the 2nd inning. So the leadoff triple just what the doctor ordered for Shenango. Try and start a rally here against Justina Giles, swing and a miss. Big cut there by DeCarbo. Runner at third, Zoe Offie with nobody out. Now, if you're Giles, you'll exchange the run for the out.
Without a doubt.
You do not want to see a bigger uprising here. This one will bounce in. Good block by the catcher, Walzer, then pump fakes toward third to look the runner back.
Surprised to see the outfield as shallow as it is, Randy. I mean, check out right field and
yeah, left fielder Hummel, right fielder DiGiacomo, center fielder Chumo for that matter. Fly ball popped up, soft pop caught at second by Minton for the inning's first out. So Giles gets a pop-up, keeping the runner at third. So even better than exchanging the run for the out. You get the out without the run. Still a 2-run lead for OLSH in the top of the 7th. Opening round of the WPIAL Class 2A softball playoffs. OLSH 6, Shenango 4. Maddie Iwaniko 1 for 3 with a double in the 5th. And the off speed is up and outside for a ball.
I'm going to ask a question if you'll be able to answer. If Shenango has any home runs on the year, you can, if you have that right with you.
8 home runs, in fact. And Iwaniko is the team leader with 3. So this is the player you want at the plate. If you're thinking long ball, is a strike delivered 1-1.
Boy, a question actually right on cue.
You're right on the money, Limon. I'll tell you what. With 1 out, runner at third, off-speed pitch stays off the plate.
Hey, we didn't have to Google that one. That's good.
No, you asked me a question for once I knew the answer to. I appreciate that. Limon, you never know what might be coming, but that was a question on task. I like it. 2-1, that's high for ball 3. Waiting on deck is Kennedy Lynn, and she would love to bat with 2 on. Giles trying to regroup here, deals the 3-1, and that is outside for ball 4. And the rally is real now in the 7th. Game-tying run on the bases for Shenango. So Offie at third, Iwaniko at first. Cleanup hitter Kennedy Lynn.
A freshman in the biggest spot in her career right now.
And Lynn without a home run. But she's thinking base hit to extend the rally.
And she singled in the first.
And you want to stay out of the double play, of course, as well. And it's a hard ground ball that gets by the third baseman O'Brien. Runner from third scores, and 2 aboard on the RBI single by Kennedy Lynn. And it's a one-run ball game in the 7th. 6-5, OLSH leading, but a tenuous lead at that.
And that's your Toshiba RBI. You can visit business.toshiba.com or call Dale at 412-290-2156.
Now, O'Brien looked like she got a piece of that, but that ball was smoked.
Yeah, no chance.
On the ground by Kennedy Lynn. So now it's Bria Lucia, who's 0 for 3, looking for her first hit of the day. And there's a strike to Alusha.
And another freshman in a biggest spot in her career.
Well, a young team.
Yeah.
In this Shenango group. I mean, they have a core group of seniors, of course, that are very good, and multi-sport athletes that have played in WPIAL championship games and have won them in the case of basketball. Off-speed pitch, a strike on the outer corner. And now time granted to the batter, Alusha. And we talked with Amy Delaney about that, and I said, you know, what are the advantages of having those seniors that have played in championship games and other sports? And she said, well, you know, they understand how to prepare for big games, and they also don't buckle in situations just like what we're seeing right now here in the top of the 7th. They're trailing, well, they were trailing by 2 coming in. It's a 1-run deficit now, 2 on with 1 out for Bria Lucia. And she takes strike 3 looking. And Alusha can't believe it. She puts her hands up over her helmet and heads back to the dugout.
Can't make a better pitch than that. Outside corner.
9 strikeouts now for Justina Giles. None bigger than that one at the moment. Now it's McKenna Emmerich due up, and she will stride to the plate next. She's 0 for 3, reached on an error and scored in the 2nd.
Yeah, we talk about that basketball team winning the championship. The volleyball team made the WPIL finals this year but lost. But still championship experience.
Foul ball. Well, you're looking to get one in play here, if nothing else, not to state the obvious, but you know, the ball's been booted around a couple of times by this OLSH defense.
And again, a shallow outfield for the Chargers.
Force them to make a play. Runner at second is Iwaniko. Lynn at first base. Next pitch dips low for a ball. Two on, 2 outs, 1-run lead for OLSH in the 7th. Shenango trying to tie it up with a base hit. Ground ball to short, played by Vibral, throw to first, ball game over. So OLSH hangs on in the 7th. 1 run for Shenango, but 2 left aboard. And the final score, OLSH 6, Shenango 5. We'll step aside for a quick break, and we'll also have an abbreviated post-game show as we'll have a player and play of the game coming up for you here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Wherever you're going, Axe can get you there. The bowling alley, beauty salon, and even the library. Axe can get you there safely. The grocery store, the pharmacy, and the bank. Axe can get you there comfortably. Going to work, visiting a friend, or just to relax at the park. Axe can get you there affordably. Axe is here to get you there safely, comfortably, and affordably. Choose Axe as your driving service and give us a call to schedule a ride.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
And we are back here at the postgame show from North Allegheny High School on the Lawrence County Sports Network. We are a final. Our Lady of the Sacred Heart defeats Shenango 6-5. Let's give you a quick scoring recap and hand out our play and player of the game. In the bottom of the first, Our Lady of the Sacred Heart scored 3 runs, and included in that inning, RBI single by Morgan O'Brien, RBI ground out by Allie Domachowski, and a Leanne Walzer RBI single gave the Chargers a 3-0 lead, but that was a short-lived advantage as Shenango got those 3 runs right back in the top of the second. All 3 runs were unearned. RBI ground out by Janie Natal, and then a 2-out, 2-run single by Ashley DeCarbo tied the score at 3 apiece. But in the bottom of the second, a 2-out inside the park home run by Jules Vibrel put the Chargers back in front 4-3. Shenango once again would come back to tie it in the fourth as a 2-base error allowed Reagan Lynn to score following a leadoff double. She scored on the air, and we were tied again 4-4. But once more, OLSH had an answer. Bottom of the fourth, a 2-out double by Jules Vibrel, and she would score later in the inning thanks to an error. And OLSH grabbed the lead 5-4 at that point. It became 6-4 in the fifth as a wild pitch scored Leanne Walzer. And that lead would be threatened in the top of the seventh. Leadoff triple by Shenango Zoe Offey. And later in the inning scored with a 1-out RBI single by Kennedy Lynn. That cut it to 6-5, but that was as close as Shenango would come as Justina Giles buckled down to get the final 2 outs in that top of the seventh to allow the Chargers to prevail 6-5 of this one. So Justina Giles, the winning pitcher, 9 strikeouts for her on the day. And of the 5 runs she permitted, 4 were unearned. Kennedy Lynn, the losing pitcher, going a complete game effort for Shenango. And I'll turn it over to Lee Moan for some of the other fun duties here in the postgame show.
Yeah, it's a fun game, though, for good battle between Ocean and Shenango. Back and forth, just Shenango just couldn't grab that lead, unfortunately, for Shenango. So I didn't hear I'm going to let you describe our player of the game first, our play of the game first, our Melee Chiropractic play of the game. Mr. Randy Gore picking that one.
Sure, the play of the game came in the bottom of the fourth inning. You had runners after 1 run already scored for OLSH. You had runners at first and second with a chance to score some more. Justina Giles, the cleanup hitter at the plate, hit a hard ground ball to third, and third baseman Maddie Iwaniko knocked it down. She was thinking initially, you could see, to try and get the force out at third base, but once she was unable to accomplish that, stayed with the play, wisely made the throw to first base to get the out of Giles to end the inning, and no more runs scored. So that 5-3 putout in the bottom of the fourth to end the inning and leave 2 runners stranded was our play of the game.
Our Melee Chiropractic, they're proud to present the Play of the Game award to Maddie Iwaniko of the Shenango Wildcats. Melee Chiropractic and the Lawrence County SportsNet are proud to honor Maddie for today's Play of the Game. She will receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone in recognition of today's Play of the Game. To view today's Play of the Game, today's Melee Chiropractic Play of the Game and the full list of this season's top plays, go online at lcsportsnet.com. Click on Play of the Game. Congratulations to Maddie Iwaniko for today's Melee Chiropractic Play of the Game. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game. And their LCAP Player of the Game. Talk a little bit about Zoe Offey, Mr. Gore.
Yeah, Zoe Offey, 2 for 4 today, 2 extra base hits, a double, a triple, 2 runs scored, and she started that rally in the seventh that made it interesting with the leadoff triple. Again, as I had said, her triple was a gamble I personally wouldn't have been willing to take, but she was able to show the speed and get that leadoff triple and later scored in that inning. So Zoe Offey, our Melee Chiropractic
LCAP Player of the Game.
My apologies.
LCAP Player of the Game. Yes, proud to present Zoe Offey of the Shenango Wildcats. She'll receive a customized T-shirt courtesy of the Red Zone recognition of being named today's Player of the Game. You can view the full list of this year's players of the game. Go online to lcsportsnet.com. You can click on Player of the Game. Congratulations, Zoe Offey, for being named today's LCAP Player of the Game. LCAP, they change lives.
So OLSH advances to the quarterfinal round. They'll take on Sarah Catholic on Thursday. A decided time to be determined. OLSH now sitting at 13-3 overall. Shenango's season comes to a close with a 7-9 record. So that'll do it for us in this one. Again, we have to be swift in getting to our next broadcast and resetting up some equipment, if you will. So that'll do it for us for broadcast number 1 of 3 on the day here on Lawrence County Sports Network. Your final score, 6th-seeded OLSH defeats 11th-seeded Shenango 6-5 in Class 2A softball opening round here today. For Lee Moen, I'm Randy Gore. We'll talk to you again a short time from now right here on Lawrence County Sports Net, brought to you by LCAP.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.